Sunshine Sugar. It's the real nitty-gritty. Sunshine Sugar. Boots on the ground. Sunshine Sugar. It's the real nitty-gritty. Sunshine Sugar. Boots on the ground. Sunshine Sugar. It's the real nitty-gritty. Sunshine Sugar. Boots on the ground.
Hey everybody, thank y'all for joining me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. I appreciate it. I see the NTZ crew is in today. Thank y'all, LaVon White, Ingram Davis, Jacob Tanjay. I see Cal Deadman on here too. I'm glad he decided to join us today. I appreciate it. The subject today is why Filipinos love older foreign men. We're going to talk about that. What's up, John? I know you got to go to a wedding today, right, John? What time is that wedding? Wonders of Life says, I'm trying to be as polite as I can be so Filipinos can love me. After that, me and her can talk about the rest of y'all. Well, she's going to teach you all of that. That's for a fact. But yeah, let me tell JH the exchange rate is 50.04. As long as it's over 50, I'm good with that. Over 23,000 cases of COVID, but they seem to think that it's hit its peak already. It's going to start coming down. We'll have to see on that, guys. King Arthur says checking in from San Diego, had a minor earthquake today. Somebody told me that. Somebody sent me a message. I hope everybody's okay out there. This is a good one. Calvin, the heck with an oil change, a tune-up. I just need a new car. Yeah, well, it's waiting over here. Brand new. What model you want? Oh, okay, Rod. It says in LA here, earthquake last night, 4.5. Wow. Yeah, I remember that Super Bowl, was it, when I believe was it in San Francisco? What's up, Freddie Sanders? He says he's checking in from work. You at the Booty Club tonight? I know sometimes you work as a bouncer. What's up, Bobby G? He's an unofficial member of the NTZ. Yeah, guys, I want to let y'all know now, I'm through with big. Big, I don't even want big in my vocabulary. I know, we was talking about breast yesterday, but I don't want big anything, okay? Because big breasts usually come with big arms, big ankles, big bellies, man. I just got finished eating breakfast, guys. Y'all going to get me sick. But no, I don't want anything to do with big. That's why I came over here. Y'all can have all that big over there. LaVon White, thanks for the super chat. He said, Calvin, I'm not concerned about the infrastructure. My man is on the in-her structure. Yeah, that's what I was telling JH today. We don't want to talk about the infrastructure. What man goes over to the Philippines for the infrastructure anyway? Yeah, that's funny, really. When you think about it. Hey, Harold Kemp, he said, got here early to get a good seat, and the place is already crowded. Hey, I want to ask y'all, is any good, because over here I only get to watch the highlights. Any good college football games came on today? I mean, which is Saturday in America, but it would be Sunday over here, man, because I love to watch them highlights. That's all I get to see, really, is the highlights. Somebody told me about that Louisville game. That was a good game. That was a great ending, too, with that interception at pick six. Now, a lot of people, they don't You know, they don't follow American football over here. What's up, Tito Cha? Yeah, they don't follow American football over here. Football to Filipinos is soccer, as it is most of the world. What's up, Peter? Anthony said, waiting for the nitty gritty. Did y'all watch my video today? Have you watched it yet? You know, we're talking about the sugar daddy capital of the world. Me and John was kind of talking about that a little bit yesterday. And a lot of guys don't consider themselves sugar daddies. But by virtue of the fact that of the financial situation over here, we're all sugar daddies. I hate to break it to you. Caveman C says, what else you going to do when it's a Sunday morning, wet, cold, rainy, and working in the shed? Where are you, Caveman? Are you? Hello? Okay, wait, guys. This is one of my winners from the Sunshine Shoulders Beauty Contest. I've got to give her money. Hold on. Wait, just 1 second. Let me get the money. I hope I got 500 in change. I hope we got 500 in change. The lady said. Come on in here for a second. I need to take the video. Y'all got me to say thank you for that shoulder. You can stand there.
I'm the one also, sir.
Oh, well, here, give me that back. What's your name?
Laura and Destiny.
Yeah, okay. Let me get. Well, both of y'all stand here, because I'm going to get 1,000 peso bill. Both of you stand. Now, stand over here. Get out of the sun.
Oh, may nagkata. Thank you, Dean. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, just stand here and hold. You hold one side, she holds the other. And just, you know,
Yes, Dean. Don't have to say,
okay, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Sunshine Shoulders, for this consolation prize at the beauty pageant. God bless.
That's good. Now look in the camera and say hello to the viewers. Just look in there and say hello.
Hello to the viewers. Good morning and God bless everyone. Hi viewers. Good morning. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Sorry, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's 2 of our winners of the Miss Sunshine Shoulders contest. Thank y'all, the consolation prize. You're welcome. Take care. Yeah, we're trying to make sure we give everybody their 500 pesos, guys. Hold on. Who's this? Hey, Aaron Taylor. Thanks for that super chat. He said, help someone in need. Man, I thank you so much for this. But I promise you, man, there's not a day goes by that we don't help somebody over here. I mean, that's just a fact. But thank you so much, Aaron Taylor, man. It's a big help. John Wells says, King Arthur, new car comes with the tune-up and lube job. Yeah, and oil change, John. Remember that. Tita Cha said, this is a good time to say thank you to the great moderators. Yeah, we call them the NTZ crew Tita Cha. And yeah, that's the first people that I thank. And Sam Champion, good morning, brother. Well, good evening to you. I had that army shirt that you sent me, man. It's become my favorite now. The one with the sweat absorption. You got the army here on the chest. But I just have one question. I don't understand it. You're Navy, but you sent me you sent me 2 Army shirts and a Air Force shirt. When you gonna send me a Navy shirt, man? Come on, man. Go Navy. Hey, Jeffrey Taylor, thanks for the super chat. He said, keep doing what you do. Continued success. Man, I appreciate y'all. Without y'all, I'm nothing, really. Cal Deadman says, got that air fryer going again. Give Cal something to talk about. Yeah, I'm glad. That's one good piece of advice you gave me, Cal, that air fryer. I haven't had fried food in so long, I can't remember. It's been so long. There's Jacob Tanjay checking in from Houston, Texas. Thank you, brother, for being part of that NTZ crew. Frank Ellis, that's the rich guy, San Francisco. I know your rent's about, what, $3,000 a month? That's crazy. I saw a documentary on, Google and Facebook, and these Silicon Valley employees, man. That one guy was making $140,000 a year, and he was sleeping. He purchased a box truck, and that's what he lives in. He sleeps in that, and he gets up in the morning and goes to Google, where he takes a shower and everything. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, man. Ingram Davis said, Cal said to those girls, kneel before Zai. That's crazy. Hey, James Lance, good to see you back today, brother, man. I hope we didn't hurt your feelings about that picture, man. We were just joking with you, brother. Ray Cologne says, hey, hello, Cal, once again from New York City. Enjoy your beautiful day. Good vibes. Thank you. They've got an area, if you ever go to Cebu, they've got an area called Cologne. This is where you go to get all your deals, guys. I mean, on shirts. But be careful down there. It's full of pickpockets and scammers, but this is like a flea market of stores, and you can get some good deals down there. And it's near the church if you want to take a picture of Magellan's cross and all of that. Hey, John Gomez, good to see you, brother. He said big ups to the NTZ. When are you going back to the DR, John? John's got a nice place over there, and he's got a nice place up in New York City. Now, are you from the Dominican Republic, John? But one thing I want to say to you guys here is this. Don't be ashamed to live your life here, guys. And that stops a lot of us in our tracks. People know why we're here, and that's trying to get back on the subject of why Filipinos love older men. Don't be ashamed, guys, to come over here and live your life. No one's going to look at you sideways, maybe for just a second, but not like it is in those Western countries, because people know why you're here, guys. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing illegal. As long as she's 18 and over, who gives a damn? But live your life over here, man. What's the use? Hey, Walt Mosier, thanks for the super chaser. Calvin, thanks for the content question. I'm late 50s, divorced, no kids, and looking for a young Filipino to wife. Up to 1 to 2 kids. I'm chatting with a few who are early 20s and virgins. What are your thoughts, Risk? Well, that's a great plan, and usually that's what you're going to end up with. Remember, you're 50, so they like us for more than just our money, guys. Yeah, the money attracts them, but that's not what keeps them around. And he's asking, is that a good idea Absolutely. That's about right. If you're 50, let's see, how old did you say you were? You said, oh, you're late 50s. Okay. Yeah, well, I would say anywhere from 23 to 30. I wouldn't go any older than 30 your first time around, because it's going to take more than one, date, and what I mean by that, more than one Filipino, man. Very few of us strike it rich on the first go around, but as long as you stay in that arena, you're going to be fine, because they get old pretty quick over here. But yeah, be careful with the children. If I were you first coming over here, I'd try to find somebody single without kids. Just get your feet wet, learn as much as you can about the culture and all that, man, before you take on kids, because, man, taking on children, man, is a big responsibility over here. I'm telling you from experience. You don't want to create the mess over here that you made over there at home. We want a new life over here, and that when you deal with a woman with children, it can get messy, man. John is with he has a single woman now, but he's been on both sides. He can tell you too. R68 DVR says because the Army leads the way. Zorba Dundee says my motor needs an overhaul. You're going to get that here. That's what mine needed. I thought for sure I needed a new engine, but I didn't. Filipinos are good mechanics, man. I promise you that. They'll get under that hood and start tinkering, man. Next thing you know, you're rolling. Mark Ratner says, hey, LeVon White, and I'm watching CFB today. Any good games on, Mark, that I should be aware of? Because I like to watch the highlights, guys. But let's be honest. One of the reasons why Filipinos love older men is we're nearer to death, guys. Believe it or not, Filipinos, they have a high tolerance rate and their patience is off the charts. But one reason they love older men is because they don't have to tolerate us for much longer. John's buddy's getting married today. Hell, he's 73. So how much longer does she have to tolerate him? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Some of what I see these Filipinos tolerate over here makes me cringe. I'll be like, man, I can't. I couldn't put up with a lot of what they're putting up with. Body odor, appearance, it's pretty bad, guys. Some of these women over here, that I know they're praying every night for the Grim Reaper to come through. Because, boy, you can see it in their eyes. Doug Carr says, yeah, just get your feet wet. Yeah, meaning the Philippines is so vast and diverse. Don't come over here and get stuck in one location with one person. It's a lot you have to learn when you get over here, Doug. I mean, really. Don't be like me. When my first trip over here in 2009, I stayed in Moncton for the whole 2 weeks. I really didn't see nothing, but her infrastructure. That's all I saw. And, even though Moncton at that time was real nice, we stayed in Tivoli Beach Resort. I mean, it was really nice then. But yeah, get around, look, they're chatting and dealing with 3, 4, 5 men. You chat and you deal with 3 or 4, 5 women, and be upfront with them. Let them know, hey, I'm not ready to settle down yet. I want to make sure, I'm with the right woman. Are you the right woman? I don't know. That's why I have to look around. But yeah, see as many of these places as you can. Doug, don't just stay stuck. RLV. Now he lives over in the Philippines. As a matter of fact, he may be Filipino. He said, Walt Mosier, don't send money. Derek Casanova said 140,000 is broke dude at the Bay. Wow. Yeah, I don't want no parts of San Francisco then. Malcolm Magnificent said my motor then fell out. Well, she'll put it back in there for you, man. I promise you that. What's up, Eric Terry? Yeah, I sent that message to the young lady. She said send her friend request, and I said he already did. So I don't know if she's contacted you or not. But okay, Mark Ratner. He said Florida almost beat Bama. Is that like almost doesn't count? Only in what they say, hand grenades and horseshoes. But there's probably going to be some good highlights, I'm sure. Okay, what's up, Simply Hackers? Edwards Bland said, look for the Alabama, Florida highlights. Man, I tell you, the first game against Miami, they really looked, Bama looked unbeatable, you know, and you get so sick of Alabama and, you know, in football and Kentucky in basketball. They had the nerve to have an article in the paper, what is behind this this latest rise in Kentucky recruiting. Money, damn it. Talking about crazy. It's the same with Alabama. These guys aren't going there for a degree. They're going there to improve their chances of going to the league. And that's a fact. Don't fool yourself. Most of them guys don't graduate anyway. They don't come anywhere near close. Yeah, Daryl Fordmore, your wife is right. My wife says that most older men are wiser, more stable, and responsible. That's what's on my video. You know, we're stable as far as our income. Wiser, I said we're good teachers. You know, responsible, we've settled down, guys. You know, they like that. Filipinos, for the most part, are homebodies. I've got to drag this one out of the house, man, to get her to go anywhere. Oh, okay, Doug Carr says, at Sunshine Shoulders, that was a lame attempt at a joke. Was thinking oil changes. Yeah, but it goes right in there. Yeah, get as many oil changes and tune-ups as you possibly can so you can make the right decision, guys. Believe it or not. And it depends on what cylinder. Some of you guys is working with a 4-cylinder. Some of you guys got 6-cylinder, 8 cylinders. I got a 12-cylinder. I got that XJ12 model. Yeah, Frank Ellis. Me too, he says. I'm tired of Alabama. I am too. I mean, you know, it's just not good. Eric Terry, why? I say, yeah, I'm in contact. That's a good start, brother. You know, and she's the lucky one on this situation. I promise you that. Luigi says it's simple. Women seek security and stability. Society is organized in a manner that the older a man is, the more likely, you know, he has money. Yeah, but it's a few more things that keep the Filipino around, though. Luigi. And, you know, one of them is we know how to please her. See, older men, we can please her better than young men because young men don't know anything. Thanks, Walt Mosier, for that super chat. He said, okay, fellas, here's my 2 cents on sending money. Just like Calvin says, help folks out when you can. And boy, if you see how some of these Providence girls live, it's heartbreaking. So a little charity is good for the soul, in my humble opinion. Yeah. But Walt, that's part of the game. Remember I was talking about when me and John was on yesterday, how they'll show you the backdrop of their house and how pitiful it looks and all of that. But you know, just don't go overboard. because that's what they get Westerners on. They get us on our compassion and our good-heartedness. So be careful about that. Vincent Casanara said, visit several car lots in the Philippines to test drive different models until you find what you like. Yeah. I couldn't give better advice than that. And it usually takes a while. That's why, remember, once you meet this Filipina, she's already got plans way in the future for you, guys, long before you get over here. So you got to walk a thin line when you first meet them, especially if you lay down with them, man, and then you say, hey, I'm going to Boracay because I'm going to meet another woman. Yeah, good luck with that. Simply, I could say, Cal, you'll be moving soon to your beautiful house. Yeah, I was shocked that I've talked to him, the engineer and his wife, on Saturday, and Friday. And he said 2 weeks I should be in there. I was like, huh? Hey, Eric, he said, Calvin, how's the Delta variant? We're not seeing a new one. Mu. We are now seeing a new one, Mu. Yeah, the Delta variant is responsible for the majority of the cases in Bacolod. See, I've got to go to Bacolod next week. I'm going to ride with John. We got to be real careful because it's raging, and the Department of Health is saying that the Delta variant is the reason. Remember, they shut their emergency rooms, man. You can't even get in there. Mo, what's up? He said, good day, Calvin. We usually have a plan, even if it's a retirement plan, and Filipinos like that. Yeah, they like that. And most of us, as you get older, you're looking for a one-on-one type of relationship. A serious relationship. And, we appreciate them more, guys. Let's be honest, man. When you are 3 or 4, like most of us are when we get over here, and you with this yummy 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, you're going to appreciate her. You're going to value her. And it's a fact, man. A woman is only as pretty as the man sees her to be, man. This is from a psychologist. When you with your woman, man, and she can tell if you got that, they call it that male gaze. I call it that lusty look, where every time you looking at her, she knows you want to take a bite out of her. They like that, man. It keeps them young. It keeps them hot. It keeps them sexy. But when you start ignoring her and stuff like that, man, yeah. Cal Devin said, Cal, if your girl's niece hits on you, do you tell her? No. Remember some guy, we was talking about that yesterday on the Sunshine Show, Moonshine Show. Don't do that, man. I wouldn't do it. It's going to cause a big trouble. And remember, more than likely, they're going to take sides, and then they're going to be, well, what did you do? Did you respond? I would leave that alone. To be honest with you, Cal, I wouldn't touch that one. You won't live that down. Q-Dub76 says, I just got home from the rat race, a 12-hour shift. I'm glad I got a chance to catch your live stream again. Filipina told me she only dates older men because they are more loving and caring. Yeah, thank you, brother. We appreciate them, man. Plus, we don't try to judge them, guys. I want the original, not the crispy. Don't give me that westernized version, And I was serious when I said, I want a Filipina that eats rice with her hands. The minute you pull out that fork, that's a red flag to me. I don't want that. Don't try to impress me, Hey, Domingo Ojeda, he said, hey, Calvin, what's up, brother? Yeah, I want the shrimp paste. I want all of that. The dried fish, the cold food. I want it all. I don't want the that old modern version of Filipinos, man. I see them all the time. They make me cringe. I'm like, your husband's not going to be with you long. You think he is, but he's not. Unless you just got the best oil change in the world. He's not going to be around too much longer. Hey, regular Joe Travis said, Cal, how's the infrastructure this beautiful day? Man, I tell you what, I got woke up this morning about 2. It was actually, y'all think I'm joking. It was actually 2:22 a.m. with one of the best oil changes I've had in some time. So everything's going great, regular Joe. Let's travel. Mike, what's up, brother? Smoky Mountain Marlez, a Pawn sister said, I want a man with a slower hand. Yeah, see, it's a fact that older men, we can please her better than a young man. Young men are still, they practice that foolish pride when it comes to these women. They don't want to, do the things that they know they need to do. In Filipinos, they don't have patience for that. William Pope said, how often do you have to pump out your septic tank at the new house? The engineer told me every 5 years. But he said by the time that happens, they're going to have a fancy system here that's going to do it for me, William Pope. And I believe him because St. Carlos City is a progressive place here. I mean, it's one of the most well-managed cities I've ever visited or ever lived in the Philippines, especially for this size, guys. That's a fact. Yeah. This is funny. Domingo Ojeda says, it's funny, all I used to hear is about the beaches before I went to the Philippines 5 times. I didn't know the aggressiveness I was about to face in the malls. Yeah, you will, but the only thing I don't like about malls is it's like, when it's a big deal when people go to the mall here, especially the masses. They put on their best, they Sunday best. They put on their best attitude. They're putting on a performance. You're going to see a lot of women there, but I don't like meeting them there. And that's just my opinion. And that's true, man, Lord Henry said, no one knows what's the best to do. Take the vaccine or don't. All we know is when it ends, the filthy rats want 90% of us dead. Another conspiracy. Is that what that is? We're full of conspiracies, guys. Lonnie Franklin says, checking in from Houston, Texas. What's going on? Do you know my buddy Robert Sanford or Jacob Tanjay? Yvonne Vera Sammy says, what's the temperature like in the Philippines? It's hot, and hot. But I like hot weather. Right now, let me see what the temperature is here, but it's hotter than the temperature says, everybody, because of the humidity. They're saying it's 83 degrees right now. It's 79% humidity right now. It's a wet humidity. So before you go out, make sure you know exactly where you're going. And so you can just go there and come back. Otherwise, you're gonna need another shower. Hey, Q Dub, what's going on? Thanks for that super chat. He said, I asked my Filipino why she prefers older men instead of men her age. She told me that older men are more serious about their relationship and won't leave the relationship so easy. Yeah, see, that's one of the things my girlfriend told me. That's on my video. We're serious about these relationships, man. And Filipinos are, they're old fashioned, really, man, and they're homebodies for real. They don't want a player, man. They don't like a player, and they're afraid that we're going to exploit them and we're going to take advantage of them because of their financial situation, you know. And a lot of men do when they come over here. So they like older men because they know these young guys are still full of game. I'm sorry, but it's true, guys. They know you young guys are full of game. I guess it's always the exception, but that just proves that the rule is correct. Simply act because her husband's 33. Yeah, John's going to a wedding. This guy's 73. Cal Devin says sometimes you don't have a choice. It happens. You just have to be honest because if you don't tell, it opens doors to trouble. I would leave it alone because maybe she's going to say, oh, you know, you're being arrogant. I wasn't hitting on you. You know, you took it that way. You took it the wrong way. I was just saying hi or whatever. I wouldn't touch it. Okay, Eric Terry, and this is coming from not only a college professor, but he's a respiratory therapist. He said the Delta variant is very contagious. The Mu variant is not as contagious, but more deadly. Is this ever going to end, really, is all I'm saying. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, Smoky Mountain Molly. Say, eat the rice, John. Don't waste it and throw it. I've never seen John eat rice. I've never seen John eat rice. We went to dinner last night, and John didn't eat rice. I did, but I didn't have a choice. Hell, she bought it, and I had to put it on my plate. Otherwise, I wouldn't because I already had a carb. We had these smothered French fries. They're delicious. The French fries, and they covered with bacon and cheese, and it's delicious. One of my favorites over at Marijuana. Walt Mosier, thanks Calvin for the super chat. Said Calvin, our video chat met the parents of the young Filipinos I'm talking to because I want them to know I'm serious. Is that a big deal? Yeah, it's a big deal when you come over here, Walt. You know, that online stuff is a show, guys. Use it sparingly. It's really just to break the ice and say, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm thinking about coming to the Philippines, or I'm coming. This is when I'll be there. Hey, you know, if you want to meet, let's do that. But Walt, the longer that you chat, the more problems you're going to end up having. The biggest problem we have as men is we fall in love, guys, too quick. Men fall in love first. Then once you start falling in love, then like you said, Walt, that you start feeling sorry for, she needs a new toilet. You know, it's all kinds of stuff that you're going to end up buying. And I think you're fairly new to my channel. I'm going to tell you that it's a first come, first serve over here, Walt. It doesn't matter how much money you send, how compassionate you are if you talk to the parents. It doesn't matter. If some, you know, swinging dick gets over here before you, you wasted all of that. And you say, well, how do you know that, Calvin? Because that's the situation I'm in right now, Walt. My girlfriend was chatting 2 different men when she met me. 2 other men, rather. She didn't know I was already in the Philippines. See? And it took one of these old expat haters to tell her that I was in the Philippines. Because, see, I had her thinking I was coming from America to see her, see? But I just got her first. That's all it was. So all that money. And one of these guys, I'm going to tell you, he sent her like 50,000 pesos. The other guy sent her like 10,000. Yeah. Callie T says the family's in on the hustle. Absolutely. They can be, and a lot of them are. It says topic for another discussion. Yeah, we always talk about this, though, Callie T. But you know, when you're dealing with this online dating and online affairs, guys, use it sparingly, man. Or use it like the guy said, I use it for online strip club. Don't get serious online, man. It's just no way you can tell if people are serious or not online. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, they're great actresses, Walt. I mean it. This is funny. Edwin Vega said, yes, the gamesters are losing to the oldsters. Yeah, these women like attention, man. They love attention. And, you know, if you're sitting there on your damn PlayStation 6 all damn day, she don't want the PlayStation 6. She wants the swinging 6. And these guys, they can't put that weed down. They can't put the PlayStation down, the Axie Infinity down. These older men, you know, we don't have nothing but, you know, time for that. Albert Young says we need to learn to live with COVID like the flu. It's not going away. Yeah, that's where I am right now, Albert. And I believe that's where Singapore is. Singapore is getting ready to open 100%. They said exactly what you're saying now. We're going to have to learn to live with the COVID. Otherwise, you know, it's never going to end. We already know a certain amount of people are going to die anyway. Cal Devin said, glad I did. Also, you told your wife. Now, did you do that for your ego, man, or what? Maybe, you know, like I said, maybe you're going to hurt. Maybe you're going to do more harm than good, Cal, but you've already done it now, so what's the point? Hey, Callie T, thanks for that super chat. He said, wish I found this channel 2 years ago. I had fun making mistakes and testing the infrastructure on my multiple trips in 2019. Yeah. And see, a lot of times that's good, you know, as long as you can make it out alive, Callie T. I made it out alive, me and you did. But a lot of guys, man, they won't make it out alive, man. They either their pocketbooks are going to be dead or their hearts are going to be broken. But yeah, Cal, a lot of times, man, you know, you're coming between family over here. Family's over everything over here in the Philippines. Remember, you're still in America. The niece is over here with the wife, you know. And you may be doing more harm than good. But, you know, like I said, we got egos. We want to, like, every woman's out there. She might have just been saying, hey, Cal, to you. George says it would be booster. There's really no 100% vaccine. Yeah, I can't agree with you because I guess that's why you take the flu shot every year, right, George? You know, there's no, you would think that we could take the flu shot once and that'd be it. But no, we got to take that. Yeah, they set traps to see if you're faithful, but if you never say anything or you never pursue it, you just let it go. You know, yeah, they you know, they'll do that early on. And that's usually when you're going to run into that kind of stuff early on. Or they'll have another profile, you know, and they'll try to chat you. They do all this crazy stuff, guys, you know, because they're insecure. They don't want to be exploited. They don't want you to take advantage of them. That's their worst nightmare over here, is that you're going to come over here and end up getting something for nothing, you know, and then her whole reputation is just destroyed. She'll never live that down. It's hard for them to live that down, guys. Walt Moser said, I'm not falling in love. All friendships chat for now. Yeah. And that's how it all starts out, Walt. We're not picking on you. We're just trying to help you. They all start out like that. But see, Filipinos, they're cute as a button. That accent they have is enough to make you fall in love by itself, and then they know everything to say. They say all the right things, and pretty soon, you're hooked. Really, it's like hook, line, and sinker. And then you can't get over here right now, anyhow, guys. That's what I'm saying. You fall in love now, and it's miserable. That's a fact, guys. Don't fall in love online. You can't get over here and let me see. Yeah, Edwin says for some Filipino people, it's a business for a scam and expats. Yes, I did a video. It's called "The Best Paying Job in the Philippines is Having an Online Relationship with a Gullible Foreigner," and it's true. That's just a fact, everybody. Imagine we send them money like it's nothing. $200 is not a lot of money to us, but to them, it's like 2 months' pay. Carlos Hayes said, women are the same everywhere. They all want money. They used to also want protection and security. Well, they're attracted to it, that's for sure, but will that keep them happy? Will that keep them around, Carlos Hayes? Because all women aren't like the Philippines. You can't show me another place other than really like Southeast Asia, because it sure ain't happening in America, where you see all these May to December relationships. You don't see it like you see it over here. Something's going on over here. There's a dynamic. There's a different dynamic going on over here, man. It's not like everywhere else. And I try to, warn you guys that it's not. Yeah, that's why I put that number 1 up there, to get that out of the way. Yeah, the money is the how, but it's not the why. That's not why they stick around, because they can hit you one good time for money and then go to the next one and hit them for some money. And that's still just a fact. Hey, Timothy Brighty said, greetings, everyone. Made it tonight. How's everyone? Is my wingman here, James Lyons? Yeah, he's here. He might be. He was mad at us the other day. We were just messing with you, James. Hey, James K. He says, hi, Calvin. Good morning. Do you know if buying a throwaway ticket when going to the Philippines will still work? What is your opinion? Thanks, James in Pennsylvania. Just go ahead and buy the round trip, James, because it's usually going to cost you less anyway. My round trip ticket pre-pandemic for December the 5th, 2018 was about $600 for a round trip. You can't get a one-way ticket for $600, and then you got to buy the throwaway ticket. Your throwaway ticket is going to be your return ticket. That make that your throwaway, because look, who knows? You may need that round trip. Emergency may happen. You may have to go back home. That's the reason I say I've never bought a throwaway ticket, an onward ticket. I've always bought a round trip ticket, because you never know what's happening. Lord Henry said, that's true, Cal. They always get a friend to message you on Facebook. Yeah, they do it, little elementary school stuff. And usually we fall for it, because we like that attention. You get another nice looking woman, then you bust it. It's her behind the damn profile and all of that. Callie T says, you don't know if you're the only one paying her. They're great actresses. Wait until you're in the Philippines. You will not be sorry. Yeah, that's great advice there. And, for some reason, we don't believe that. My girlfriend told me that. I didn't even realize that. I was so naive. She said, yeah, we're talking to 3 or 4 different guys. It improves their chances. Not only, like Callie T says, it gets them more money, but improves their chances of getting the visa, or at least getting the trophy to come over here, because we're a trophy for them when we get over here. I don't care what you look like. If you're a 2 in America, when you get over here, you at least a 5, because they're going to show you off. And, it's a big deal for a foreigner to come over here and see them. It improves their odds. That's why you'll see them not only chatting with 4 or 5 men, but they're also going to be on 4 or 5 dating sites, the same women. Yeah, James K. How long did it take you to get your passport? There was some cringy stuff going on. This is really cringy. A guy, I might have told y'all this yesterday, I'm not for sure, but one of my subscribers, he was dealing with a woman over here. It didn't work out. So now he's, chatting with the mother. The mother's 65. The daughter's 31. And I don't know. It's just, the mother's falling for it because she hasn't had attention in, probably decades since her husband died. And I kind of feel for her because she's giddy and we lost she was our housekeeper, but we no longer have a housekeeper now because he's sending her money and she's always on her phone with him now. And it just kind of, it's cringy to me, man. I wouldn't do that, guys. I don't know if he's trying to get back at the girl or he surely couldn't like this woman, really. Because she's 65, she was happy and satisfied with her grandkids and all that, but now he's threw a monkey wrench in the game, guys, and he's messed it up. But yeah, he's messing with the girl's mother now. Hey, Jeffrey Hood, thanks for that super sticker. Hey, Travel Mike, thanks for the super chase. Hell, these guys are marrying women online in the USA now and never seen them just so they can get in the Philippines to be with them. That's crazy. But I got bad news for them. The Philippines has already put it out there, guys, and I'll put the article on my community page. They're not accepting that. They're not accepting that. You can get married all you want. You're not going to get over here. And then some guy sends me a link, and they show this guy who says that's the process he worked out. He married a woman online, and he was able to come over here. He applied for his 13A and blah, 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 this and blah, blah, that. I don't believe it. Now, what you could do, what might work, because there's not a whole lot that they do. Okay, I came here on a Balikbayan visa. I flew into the country with my wife. We had our marriage certificate, but they just look at the marriage certificate and see there's a marriage certificate and they stamp your passport. It's not like they run it through any, it doesn't have a barcode or anything on it. So if you marry one of them women online and she's able to meet you in Hong Kong or something and you fly back together and you've got that marriage certificate, it might work. But it's a chance you're taking, man. It's a long flight. And then they tell you, no, I'm sorry, you got to turn around and go back. But yeah, don't do that, guys. Do this instead. Domingo Ojeda says, just come to the Philippines and take your time. Yeah, Mike, that's becoming the norm now. And I'm going to tell you who's behind it. These damn dating sites, because they're waiting. They're chomping at the bit. They can't wait until this online marriage becomes official. They're going to make a killing. They're going to have these little chapels that you and your girlfriend, you're going to be like on here on a split screen, and you're going to get married. And they're going to make a fortune, guys, off of us. And then divorce lawyers are going to make a fortune and all of that. Because remember over here, before you get married in the Philippines, they got to go to a seminar. You just can't get married like you do in America. They got to go to a seminar. And I asked my girlfriend, I said, well, what's the seminar for? She says they basically try to talk you out of getting married. It's the same thing as if you bring a woman to America, she has a CFO seminar, and where they warn her about human trafficking. They warn her about, being married to a foreigner. She loses all her Filipino rights when she goes over there. They basically try to talk her out of, getting married to you and coming to your country. It's similar to that. Yeah. Carlos Hayes says, if you have a Filipino who respects you and treats you well, you better keep her. And, see, you're bearing witness to what I already said. Over here, there's no upgrade, but we think it is, and we make a lot of mistakes, me included. If you find a good Filipino over here, it's as good as it gets. It don't get any better. She may have a different face and a different body, but you're just going to be starting over. And starting over here means spending money, more money, and you can go broke over here, man, ripping and running, going from one woman to the next, because they're not bringing anything but the Filipino tune-up to the table, basically. You got to pay for everything. You got to buy everything. You got to, pay for everything. So when you go from one woman to the next, you're starting over. And every time you're digging deeper, really. Calvin Mike says, I would not be serious with a young Filipino unless I was planning on living in the Philippines, or at least coming here. What's up, Earl Teal? He said, U.S. Army retired. All right, brother. Thanks for your service. Archipelago says, Walt Mosier, when you get off the plane, there may be so many beautiful women, boots on the ground, you could regret the online dating jump, just saying. And that's the advice I give them. You're going to get stuck with that 3 or 4 that you met online, because she ain't going anywhere when you meet at the airport. She got that little gunny sack with her. She ain't going nowhere until you leave the Philippines. Okay, and you're stuck, and you go to the mall, you go to the market, and you see all these, all this booty and bombshells, you're going to kick yourself. Just wait till you get over here. And that's a fact. What's up, Derek Greenway? I got your email. I'm going to send you that link. But, they look at us. We have a reputation over here. If you didn't know it, foreign men have a reputation for being easy over here. We're easy targets, man. How else should a little young, meek Filipino from the islands, a little island girl, how's she able to win all the time? How's she able to beat us, even want to get in the ring with us, for that matter, if she didn't think we were easy targets? And that's the reputation we have, because so many of us, we come over here and we lay down and we roll over for these women, man. When you don't do that, every man that does that, man, you mess it up for 100 other men when you come over here. Just stand your ground. That's all you got to do. No is the default word over here. Don't be afraid to say no. They're used to hearing no. That's all they hear over here is no. They don't hear yes a lot. You want to go try to get a tourist visa? No. Are you hiring? No. Loan me some money? No. They're used to hearing no, but we come over here and everything we hear is yes. All they hear is yes from us. We're too easy. They whip out that diagnostic kit and we're done. It's like, here, you can have everything I got. It's too easy for them, man. We got to make it a little bit more challenging than that. But that's usually what happens. Oh, okay. Domingo Ojeda says, wow, I'm in Iligan City. One of our winners the other night, Domingo, he was from Iligan City. He spoke no English. You can go on my Sunshine Show's Facebook page. He sent the video of his 1,000 pesos. He spoke no English at all. And that's what, and that's no knock on him. I'm just telling you guys, when you come over here, don't think that everybody speaks English over here. And even the Filipinos who speak English, they won't speak English around you. They're in their own country. the ones that do, they're being nice. I've sat in rooms over and over and over every single day. I do it in my own house. They're talking Bisaya. They're not talking English. James Land says, to be honest, I would probably fail if they test me, at least until I get the right person, I guess. Yeah, you're like the rest of us, James, because we love that attention and ego, and it's easy to get you. But not in person, but online, yeah, it's easy to get you. But yeah, don't be afraid to come over and live your best life, guys. You know, at some point you got to get used to that cringy feeling that you're going to get the first time you seen with this young girl, because really, Filipinos, what the reason I love them so much is they've got better things to worry about and more serious things to worry about over here than who you got on your arm. See, that's all in our brain. So the more, you know, the sooner you get used to that little cringy feeling and just throw it on out the window, because nobody really cares. Yeah, they're going to look at you, but in the next second, they're thinking about how they're going to put food on their plate. You're going to be fine, but come over here and live your best life, man. Don't let shame stops a lot of us in our tracks. And that's the reason why a lot of men don't make it over here. They're ashamed. They bring that Western stuff over here and say, man, what am I doing with this, 22-year-old beautiful woman, Because, see, the women, and I don't care in any May to December relationship, it's always, the older man always seems like the predator. Now, if you got an older woman and a younger man, she's not the predator. Okay? But when you see the older man and the younger woman, we're always a predator. Oh, he's taking advantage of her. No. Okay, not over here anyway. They know what to do over here. They know how to soothe the savage beast over here. And they're going to use everything, every trick in the book to get you. And they know how to do it. Well, Moses says, preach, Calvin. If you aren't used to dating young women, it can be a man fuck if you can't handle other people gawking. Yeah, it is. And it messes people up, Walt, over here. But some guys, you see them, and I tip my hat to them. I mean, because they cringy, even to me. I mean, they got these little young girls. They're in the mall, and they're in their late 40s, early 50s. She may be 18 or 19, but looking good. Say how, real short, just, but hey, you got to get past that, guys, if you're going to enjoy yourself over here. Hey, Jeffrey Hood, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Cal, love your show. What's the story behind you settling and happening upon San Carlos City? Why there? Can't wait to play tennis with you. Oh, that's an easy one. I met my girlfriend. She's from here. I met her in Dumaguete. And, you got to meet the family like Walt Mosier says. He met them online, but you got to meet the family. So when I came here and I stayed over to Joy's place, Airbnb, and she was just taking me around these different places. I was like, wow, this place is clean. I was like, man, I like it here. And the cleanliness is what got me. And then she took me down on the boulevard, because pre-pandemic, every night on the boulevard, you'd have people barbecuing, selling fish and different things like that. That was nice. Then we went to Sapaway Island. Then we, it's so close to Dumaguete. It's only like 4.5 hours, to be honest with you. But yeah, come on over here. They got great tennis players, Jeffrey. I've gotten so much better. I play with my neighbor next door. Hell, he's in his 70s, man. This guy's crafty. And he don't, how he drives me crazy because, you're back there playing, because we play doubles and he'll barely tap it and it'll go over the net. And it just drives you crazy when that happens. But that's how I got over here. And I just liked it. It was so different than any other place I've been to here. It wasn't crowded because, see, I've got anxiety, man. I'm going to be honest. Traffic in me don't work. I can't live in a place with traffic anymore, where all these crowds and all that stuff. I can't do it. I came here. There's no traffic. And the place is so clean and so neat and so situated. Like I said, they've got that clay court, tennis courts over there, basketball courts, walking area. I didn't have to adapt that much. I fell in love with the place. Hey, Rory Bacon, he says, attention, I am retired Master Chief, experienced in Asia, Philippines, Thailand, and Japan, China. Sir, your information is straight boots on the ground. Thank you. You are helping many. I appreciate that, man, Rory, and thanks for your service, Master Chief. Well, the Master Chiefs in the Navy, they were, it's one thing to be a chief, but when you that E8 or that E9, it's just something. They just had this status about them in the Navy. But I just share my experiences. This is real life stuff, guys. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not trying to rain on nobody's parade, because that's not going to happen over here. When you get over here, you're going to see something totally different. It's just like Derek Greenway says right here. He says, hey, Calvin, it's an adult Disneyland over there. I just don't want anybody to get the wrong impression, get blindsided. I want you to have an enjoyable time over here, but most of all, safe. And it's just a lot of myths that go on about the Philippines. It just aren't true. And I try to shed some light on that kind of stuff. There's more to the Philippines than bar girls and poverty. This place has as many once-in-a-lifetime destinations as any one country I've ever visited. Carl Vaughn says, online marriage is legal because the trick is that the marriage certificate shows you married in Utah and not online. But if you haven't met, they can still stop you. The company is smart. Don't do it. Yeah. And like I said, Carl, it can work. If your Filipino is able to get out of the country, okay, to meet you like in Singapore or one of those other Asian countries where she doesn't need a visa, and then y'all fly in together, you show them that marriage certificate, they're going to be stumped at immigration. They're not even going to question it. They're going to stamp you that Balikbayan visa. You're going to get in here. But it's a chance you're going to take. If you don't mind flying 36 hours straight, then come on over and try it. And that's a fact. Caveman C said 2 more weeks before you move into your cave, mate. Great stuff. Thanks for all your entertainment. Hey, I appreciate it, man. That's what he told me Friday. He said about 2 weeks. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. It was really amazing. Okay, here comes JH with this stuff. The adult Disneyland is Thailand. It's too much death going on in Thailand. I'm sorry, Jay. It's too much death going on with foreigners over there. It's more like the adult graveyard over there. Domingo Ojeda says, I get a lot of joy in helping people there. There's a lot in need. Yeah. And that's why I always tell people I'm not a charity. The need is too great. You can't help everybody. You just help as many people as you can. And that's what I try to do. That's why I created my spin wheel. I do it indiscriminately. The 3 times really that I've helped people over here, it's backfired on me every single time. Hey, D. Gordon, thanks for your super chat. He says, Cal, are you familiar with Mighty City, Davao Oriental? I'm not. I've been near there, but I'm not familiar with that particular place because I was in an area in Davao Oriental, because remember, that's big down in that area, D. Gordon. You got to be careful around some of them areas outside of Davao City when you start getting around those areas, because it's just not me making this up, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. It's a lot of MPA down there and a lot of the MILF down there, you know, around, you know, if you're in Dumaguete, if she's from there, tell her to have her meet you in Davao and y'all deal there. And then once, you know, you get a little bit, you start asking some other people besides her about Mady City or Madi City, wherever it is, then you decide to make the trip to meet the family. Hey, what's up, Road to the Philippines? That's Danny. Y'all check out his channel, guys. And I'm not saying this because he gave me a super chat. I'm saying this because this guy, I don't know how he was able to do it. He's better than me. He's been to the Philippines one time for 3 weeks, and he's got a whole library of videos that he's made for his YouTube channel. Now, he must have just been on the damn phone. Did you ever get a chance for a tune-up, Danny, when you were over there? But he says, you're right about those overhauls. I had more tune-ups in the 3 weeks I was in the Philippines than I did with my ex-wife in the last 6 years together. Yeah, and they're more enjoyable, Danny. You know, because you think something's wrong with you, but it's not. You get you a young, beautiful, hot Filipino, man, I'm going to tell you, she's going to light your fire, dude. And that's a fact. Edwin, Frank says, at Edwin Vega, Rike is the elder statement for the vloggers. Not really. No, there was a guy named Mike. He died. But really, let me be 100% honest. There was a guy who really started it all. I mean, years and years ago. I came here before Rike, but I didn't start my channel. But I've been in the Philippines longer than Rike. His name was Mindanao Bob. But he didn't have a YouTube channel. He had like a website. And it was called My Filipino Life or Life in the Philippines or something, man. I'm talking about he had this unbelievable information. This is the first one I ever started watching, and he still does a little bit of stuff. But yeah, he was doing it like 20 years ago. He's way before Rike. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Rike. Yeah, Rike is, I like Rike, and I like the information he gives, you know, to be honest with you, when it comes to men. No, Yusuf, he said John and Calvin should be roommates. I couldn't deal with John over one day. I couldn't do it. You know, John runs his mouth too much for one thing, and y'all see that already. I'm going to tell you what he did. I did already tell y'all. But, you know, he wants to rent this house when we move out. And I said, okay, John, that's fine. I'll let you know when we get ready to move. That wasn't good enough for John. You know what he does? He goes to my landlord and tells them, hey, you know, Calvin's building a house over there. And when he moves out, I want to move in to the house he's in. Yeah, John did that. And it pissed me off, but I don't want to argue over here, guys. I don't really care, but I couldn't deal with John over 24 hours, man. Me and John would be at it, man. We'd be fighting. And that's a fact. We'd be fighting because he shouldn't have did that. We're in the Philippines, man. You can't do stuff like that. They're petty over here. I guarantee you now that he did that, I probably won't get my deposit back because that man's probably like, we slapped him in the face like, well, when were you going to tell us? Why did it take John to tell us you were going to move instead of you? Well, hell, John didn't give us a chance, and we don't know when we're going to move. I was going to let them know at an appropriate time because I want my deposit back. But yeah, no, I couldn't deal with John 24 hours. That's my buddy, though. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, no, I couldn't deal with John. Then once he started drinking, oh my God, and talking that Trump stuff, Hey, Eves Gabriel said, Mr. Calvin, can't wait to see your family in that beautiful house. Congrats. Thanks, man. I can't wait to get over there. And see, he doesn't realize that even when that house is done, until I get that wall completed around there, I won't be sleeping over there. I'm not going to sleep in that house without that wall. No, Frank, I told you who it was. Now, if you want to keep on bringing these guys' names up, that's fine. I'm telling you, it was Mindanao Bob. He's way back before any of us even thought about coming to the Philippines. This guy was smart enough. He came to the Philippines when he was 30. He was the one that put it in my mind. He said, he said he knew at 30. Well, actually, he said he knew at 19 that he didn't want the 30-year mortgage. He didn't want to work on a job for 40 years. He said all of that stuff. See? But yeah, he's way back before Bud Brown, Frank. Yeah, see, this is true. And this is what I tell guys. We're not competing against each other. I look at the YouTubers as a community. We should support each other. I'm certainly not going to bash anybody, down anybody. It's like a smorgasbord, like a buffet. He says, watch all PH bloggers. It's good to get different perspectives and to confirm stuff, especially if you haven't visited. And that's exactly right. See, and there's so much out here on the Philippines. You've got people who are only going to give you the sugary stuff, you know, the family-oriented stuff. Then you got guys like me, I'm somewhere in the middle. Then you got guys way over there on the left who only going to give you that sex pet stuff, but you get it all. And I'd look at it all too if I'd never been over here, you know. One is the life said, you two fighting, who would end up like Holyfield? Probably both of us. I know what you mean, my brother. Congratulations again. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, John beat me to it. He went to my damn landlord and told the people I'm moving. I couldn't believe it. Okay, David Johnson, he says, I'm the master of finding cheap flights. I flew round trip to Istanbul in June for 116, Albania one way, 249. I haven't paid full price for a ticket in 25 years. Well, what about the Philippines? You got any experience with those tickets? Colin B says, hey, Calvin, have you ever watched Overstay Road Vlog? Oh, my God, he is hilarious. I haven't. I watched a little bit of stuff of his. I think he's got the two women, right? Or something like that. Dave Mills said older men appreciate their women. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that I put on the video. We're really mesmerized by them. And we give them value, really, because a lot of women over here, they're insecure. They have low self-esteem. They're afraid that somebody's going to come over here and exploit them and take advantage of them. But older men don't tend to do that. And that's a fact. Terry Dale says, have they designed your wall yet? Lots of nice designs to choose from. No, because see, when I told my engineer the other day, I said, hey, I want this color on the outside, this color. He said, no, he said, I'm gonna build this house according to the design I showed you. I said, okay, that's fine, because it looks nice. And I'll just let them finish, and then any upgrades or any modifications, I'll just do that on my own. Benny G says, I would be thinking your landlord is watching your videos. No. John told him that. He actually told him 2 Fridays ago. I just never said anything about it because we were sitting here on the Sunshine Shoulders, Moonshine Shoulders, right before it was getting ready to come on. He said, yeah, I went over there to your landlord and I told him that when you move out, we're going to be moving in. And it didn't hit me really. It just took a while. I mean, I was like, really, John? You went over there and told them that? I was fired up, man, because it wasn't his place to do that. Now, I'm not going to be fighting over here easy go. I'm not going to fight anybody over here. I didn't come over here to fight. Hell, I can go back to America if I want to fight. Yeah, OSC mindset. You know, Calvin and John are like two old married couples, always working on each other's nerves. If we live together, but me and John, we have some deep conversations. We're like, we're alike, but yet we got different views. I'm not his yes man. He's not mine. David Israel said, Calvin, what's the name of the YouTube blogger you said that was before Bud? Now, he never was a YouTube blogger, David. But if you Google Mindanao Bob, I'll put it in here. He's got a lot of information. He's got a website. It's called Mindanao Bob. I mean, he was way before anybody, to be honest with you. And even if he wasn't, I heard about him before I heard about Bud Brown. But yeah, go on there. You're going to see that you're going to like his information. He goes into detail because he lived here for so many years. Now he's back in the States now after living here over 20-something years because I think they got a special needs son. And because the treatment and everything that he needs, he can't be his best self here. They have to take him to America. That's why they moved over there. But yeah, this guy's got some great information. Hey, Jill. Elam Paro. Okay. Hey, Terry. Eric Terry's on here too. Say hi to Jill, Eric. Congratulations, Jill. She's a frontliner. Are you a nurse, Jill, or what are you? I think you're a nurse, right? A midwife or something. She's a frontliner, guys. So let's tip our hats to her. Smokey in Kentucky. Someone in Kentucky said Cheech and Chong. Yeah. Yeah, sunshine and moonshine. Someone in Kentucky. Hey, Lynn San Diego 102. Glad you could join us. But, you know, a lot of Filipino women, you know, they say that we're, they look at us as great teachers because if you meet just the typical Filipino, man, it's always about self-improvement with her job, her lifestyle, her looks, you know, and they want to find out. They'll learn from you, man. If you meet a Filipino that's always just spending your money all the time, man, you got to really be careful. That's a red flag. Harold Till said, Calvin, are you near a flood zone? No. They have some flooding. If it rains extremely hard here in San Carlos, some areas in San Carlos do flood. Where her mother lives in Villarante, yeah, but where we live, no. Okay, Gio, she says, I'm a registered midwife. Thank you so much for your service. We really appreciate it. I'm going to have to buy you lunch one Thursday. Every Thursday, Sunshine Shoulders, we buy lunch for a frontliner in San Carlos City and the surrounding areas. Oh, yeah, those geckos, man. These little ones, they're not bad. You just don't want the big ones that will scare you out of your house. And that's one thing. I'm glad we don't have a lot of coconut trees near where I live. Because them things get in your house, man. Yeah, they make this just blood-curdling noise. Post Office Joe said they probably upped the rent for John since he wants it so bad. But I was telling John that this whole half of this side of the street and half of that side of the street, they own. These people got money. And then they built a brand new 5-unit apartment building around the corner. It's brand new, but they want 9,500 pesos a month for it. I was just kind of shocked that he went over there and told those people that. That's all. I don't have a problem with it now, though. But it just threw me off. I didn't like it, because this is the Philippines, man. You can get in trouble for petty stuff like that. People will take that as an offense. You know, they'll take offense to that. You know. Terry Dell said my Philippines journey. Now, was that with Mike? Because that's who, you know, he's an old leg too. He passed away. And his wife tried to take over his channel. Now, he was a good guy. But he had a heart attack and died. I'm thinking that's my Philippines journey. So that was my first vlog. Watch a few more now, but I'm a loyal Sunshine Shoulders follower now. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, Terry. Let's see. I seen something up here I wanted to. Hey, Anthony Edwards. Yeah, he's going to be on the show Tuesday. Did you send me your email? He said, what's good, Cal? Just checking in from work. This is the guy who wrote the Sunshine Shoulders theme song, and also a song about Sunshine Shoulders, Haters. It's called Hater Sunshine. This guy's talented, guys. He's going to be on here because I want to put the face to the music on Tuesday. I'm going to show y'all who he is. But, of course, you're going to have to do a few little, you know, songs, Anthony. Cal Deadman says, geckos poop you. Be careful. Cover your food. You know, when I first came over, because they say, oh, they got them in Florida, they got them here, they got them there. I'd never seen them before. I'm from Kentucky. Man, it was a spooky looking feeling, man. Then them things scared me for a long time. Once I got used to them, then I realized they've got another one. We were in Sikihor, man. One got into the Airbnb, man, and this guy we called him on the phone. He had to come all the way from town. Man, you got to come over here and get this thing out of here. Ain't no way I can live. But they said if they jump on you, you got to cut them off of you. And when they told me that, I don't want no parts of them. That's a fact. Hey, no go mo. Said, good morning, Calvin. Just to let you know I'm in the chat. Hey, thank you, brother. Hey, Mr. Most Scientific, he said at Sunshine Shoulders, what's a frontliner? These are the people on the front lines with the COVID and everything. Healthcare workers, policemen, military, firemen, you know, the frontliners. They're the first defense. They're manning the border patrols and all of that stuff. I don't blame you, Derek. He says, hey, Calvin, I'll never eat cold food over there. I've never eaten it. I never will. But it's just something that Filipinos do, and they're the only Asian country that does that. Okay, now, you see the breakfast my wife cooked. She cooked eggs, corned beef, and whatever else, okay? It'll sit there on the table all day, and they'll eat off of it all day until it's gone. I can't do it. It has to be hot for me to eat it like that. Papa Kiko says, good morning, Brother Calvin. First, congratulations on your house. Great job. I'm a frontline about to retire. I'm so blessed. I have one of the good ones in Bacala, the same age as me. How old are you, Papa Kiko, by the way? Hey, Ant-Man 8700 said, thanks, Calvin. He said, love your content and honesty, my man. I appreciate it. I get that from my mother, man. My mother never met a stranger, and she never met a celebrity before. I remember Mr. Basketball in Kentucky, 1981. He was a real good friend of mine, Manuel Forrest. He came over our house, and for some reason, somebody saw him, and he was had the door open, saying something to him. My mother said, you better shut that damn door. I don't give a damn who you are. She don't know nothing about sports or nothing. She said, shut my damn door and get in here. I get out. You know, you letting the flies in. Something like that. See, my mother never met a celebrity. She, the only celebrity for my mother was Jesus. She was a Jesus freak. Now, and that's her thing. But anybody else, I don't give a damn. If Frank Sinatra would have came in our house, she'd have told his ass, you take your shoes off before you walk on my carpet. You ain't gonna have it your way in here. And yeah. Hey guys, JA said over 300 people watching. Hit the like button. Yeah, guys, but a lot of times, Jay, people forget to do that. But I appreciate it. Harold Till says, Cal, what do you think about BGC for a single man with a $4,500 per month budget? Man, you might as well be living at home, dude. I mean, it just depends on what you want, man. You can live just as good somewhere else. I've got a friend up there named Anthony. He's got a 2-bedroom house or condominium apartment. Man, he's paying 100,000 pesos a month. Luckily, his company's paying for it. It's like, what's the point, man? 100,000 per month in the Philippines. Shh. Harold Till, that 4,500 will go so much further in San Carlos, Dumaguete, Manila, Cebu. That's ball of money over here. But you go to that BGC, that Bonifacio global city, man, you might as well stay at home, dude. That's a fact. But, some people like that, he's a baller, though. He's disciplined. He's one of those guys I talked about on that video that did everything right. He's got the discipline. He didn't come over and have kids. He didn't come over and get married. He doesn't have a live-in, and he's living a life over here, man. But, yeah, his rent in BGC, my God, 100,000. I couldn't believe it. I was like, hell with that. I'd live in Vegas if I was going to do that. JA said at Harold Till, that's a hell of a lot of tune-ups. Yeah, I wouldn't waste it on my rent, brother. You're right. Yeah, that's a lot of tune-ups, oil changes, lube jobs. Yeah, Mike Kaysen, Jay. Yeah, Mike. I liked his channel, and I could watch Mike because he's just a down-to-earth type of guy. He wasn't flash. He wasn't. He kind of showed you the boots on the ground Philippines. He'd be on his motorcycle most of the time. He came through San Carlos one time, as a matter of fact, because I'm thinking he lived in Bacolod or somewhere around there. I know he was building a house there. Benny G says, where's BGC? That's up in Manila, but it's like a fancy schmancy area of Manila. It's Bonifacio Global City. Look it up, man. It's fancy, guys. It's like living in America in the Philippines. That's a fact. 4,500 over here, man. I mean, that's lifetime money in the Philippines. You would be upper class. You'd be in the upper class over here. Hell, that's 200 and that's almost 200. That's 225,000 pesos. No, that's 250,000 pesos a month right now. That's a lot of money, man, over here. And you're talking about the average salaries over here is 250 pesos. You're 1,000 times beyond that. Man, my maid would have a damn maid if I had that kind of money over here, man. My maid would have a maid. Hell, I'd hire some geckos to kick out my old geckos I got in here, man. I'd be doing all kind of stupid stuff. Jay says the guy from Mississippi going to be on your show. He is so funny. Who is that? John? John's from West Virginia, if that's who you're talking about. Yeah, 4,500, Harold Till. You're going to live like a monster over here. Yeah. That's right. Steve, he hit it on the nose. He said BGC equals Western mentality plus cute Filipinas. Yeah. Carl Vaughn says, I've got a 2,000 budget. You living good over here. That's a lot of money. Thomas King says, I've got a 2,800 budget. That's good money over here, guys. Yeah, JH, he said, Calvin, 225,000 pesos. Yeah, take a leave a few pesos, Jay. Come on, don't beat me over my head. But give me 225,000 pesos a month over here. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, Callie T said BGC is awesome, considering for myself as well, but I'm coming from Los Angeles, California. Yeah, but see, guys, what I'm saying is, that's what I was telling earlier. I said, get your feet wet over here. All right, there's a lot of nice places here. If I had 4,500, I would move. I'd rent me a place right on the beach in Boracay. Hell, you could probably get that for 500, 600, about 25 to 30,000 pesos a month. And I don't know, in my opinion, if you can live any better than that. Jay said I got to sneak my jabs in, Cal. But you my buddy now, JC, but you got to take that Thailand stuff somewhere else. Easy Go says, hey, Calvin, what do you think about the Dumaguete City Reclaim Project? I'm not familiar with that. See, I live 5 hours away on the bus, about 4.5 hours in a car. I don't keep up with Dumaguete. What's going on with that, Easy Go? Tell us about it. Yeah, Ingram Davis said, Thomas King, you can ball because mine is 3,000. If you got anything, if you got 1,500 and over here, guys, you balling. I promise you, especially in a place like when you get outside these urban cities. Man, that's a lot of money over here, man. Don't let anybody fool you and tell you it's not. I'm here on boots on the ground. I'm telling you that it is. If you're single, you don't have any kids, it's just you and her, or you by yourself. Oh my God. Yeah, I did watch him, Lord Henry. He said, Calvin, did you ever watch No Neck Ed? Yeah. From Married at First Sight. Yeah, what's that? 90 Day Fiance, yeah. But that's what really most of us coming over here looking like, really. And we're playing with house money, guys. When you got a nice looking, beautiful Filipino like Gio on here, or something like that. I mean, you're really doing well, guys. RLV, he's Filipino, I believe. He said 250,000 is monthly pay for an AVT of big companies here. Wow. And that's what's that, a vice president? Yeah, that's a lot of money over here. Yeah, Mr. Most Santimmy said, LOL, most looking like No Neck Ed. I mean, we're in that class, really, guys. We're not nothing, we're not a sight for sore eyes, that's for sure. She probably gets sick looking at half of us over here. Yeah, Frank Ellis, he said, 45 a month, you be partying with Duterte. Yeah, you on that level over here, man. Belize and Edwin, this is the same thing I asked. How come vehicles in the Philippines are so expensive? I think it has something to do with the taxes, if I'm not mistaken, because they're more expensive. You can buy the same car in the Philippines, and it'll cost you more here than in America. Yeah, BJ, this is funny. He said Gio downgraded from the looks of his recent video. What do you mean? I think he's got a nice condominium, though, right? But see, people, they give Gio a hard time, but man, Gio's living the life over here, man. See, I can't knock guys like that, man. They living a life over here, man. You know, you can't knock those guys. People who knock those guys like that, they're jealous, man. Man ain't doing nothing wrong. He's dealing with grown women. He's a grown man, you know. He's earning his money. He ain't selling drugs or nothing like that. Shit, Gio's living it. He's living a good life over here. Okay, Carl Vons. He said, the import taxes are very high. He said, I bought apple juice for twice the price. And that's one thing you're going to see, that Welch's and all that is very expensive over here. Oh, okay, Jay, it's Calvin BJ talking about his female. Well, which one? Hell, Gio's a ball over. Gio's a player over here. Now, the one I saw he was at the beach with, hell, she didn't downgrade. I mean, you gotta realize these, you know, remember, guys, these is young women, man. Y'all ain't been with a young woman since you were young. You probably haven't been with a 25-year-old since you were 25. You get with a 25-year-old when you're in your 40s and 50s. You're gonna, man, I can't even explain it. It's not something that you can explain. You have to experience it. You know, I'm not gonna give it any justice. But y'all talking crazy on here. That man ain't downgraded, man. Hell, that girl's probably about 21 years old, man. Hey, main time, he says, hey, Cal, checking in from Vegas in the desert again. I truly enjoyed the stream with you and Moon the other night. It was hilarious, bro. Y'all had me cracking up and the fellas in the chat. Yeah, you talking about, yeah, we're going to do that every Tuesday. Yeah, Frank, he said, he's got a nice place. OSC Mont says, you know, Calvin, I saw one of Gio's blogs, and when he added up his expenses and that place he lives in Cebu was like $2,100. Yeah, that's a lot. He's living good though, man, you know. And see, guys like that, instead of y'all looking at it from a negative view, you should look at it as a positive view. Like, damn, if he can come over here and live like that, what can I do? You know, it's like a smorgasbord. You take what you like and leave the rest, but don't bash guys like that. It takes a lot to do what he's doing. Many of y'all will never come over here and move permanently to another city. Oh, okay, easy go. He says they're planning a project to build it up where Dumaguete would probably become like Cebu or Manila, but I hear there's a lot of opposition because it would destroy a lot of marine life. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, something happened. They're on their way, easy go. I first went to Dumaguete in 2010. It was nothing but a little sleepy town. I didn't know what happened. John put me up on it. He said, Calvin, there was a Forbes magazine article on Dumaguete in 2015. He sent me the link where it says Dumaguete was one of the best places in the world for retirees to live. And next thing you know, boom, it blew up. When I went back to Dumaguete in 2000, let's see. The next time I went back to Dumaguete, because I was staying most of my time in either Cebu or Mindanao. It was 2015, and I didn't recognize the place. When I first went there, easy go, in 2010, I promise you, this is a fact. You could walk blindfolded across the street in Dumaguete. You try it now, you're going to get run over. Mr. Vega says, I'm retired at 58 and could spend $3,000 a month for the rest of my life. I won't, but it's nice to have that option. That's a lot of money, man. You're on the upper tier over here at $3,000. The only people earning that type of money are surgeons and stuff over here. Yeah, that's a fact. Jay said, I'll be quiet on that one, Cal. Yeah, you know, but hey, remember, he's not married to the girl. Remember, he's getting his feet wet. QW76 says, I watched a few vloggers from the Philippines when I first got put on. I loved them when they first started. They blew up, and now I can't relate. He said, never change, Calvin. I know who you're talking about because I was the same way. Now I never change. I don't care if I get another subscriber. Really. No, I ain't gonna never change like that. But yeah, there's a couple of bloggers I used to follow, and they're so different now. They're so sanitized, and they're selling stuff, condominiums and all that stuff. I can't relate anymore. But I would never bash them and never put them down because having a YouTube channel, guys, we make it look easy. It's not easy. When you get on here and try to talk for 2 hours to 300 people and keep it interesting and keep it going, no breaks in action, man. You better be a retired insurance agent to be able to do that. But it's not easy, guys, and that's why I don't care if a YouTuber has 200 subscribers. If he's out there doing his thing and doing it to the best of his ability, man, it's not easy. You got to tip your hat to him. Walt Mosier says, look, all of us guys have different experience and status, so don't assume your perspective applies to all of us. That's right. I laugh at guys in their 30s cracking on older guys knowing one day they will be old. If they're lucky, Walt, if they're fortunate, see. Man, I love that I'm 58. My father died at 61. Let me see. My father fought in the Korean conflict, so I guess he came overseas. But most of the people in my family, they've never been overseas. I'm the only one. Now, have they been to the Bahamas and the Dominican Republic, Jamaica? Yeah, but they never been overseas. I've got a nephew who was in the Army, and now he's a contractor for one of those, post-war companies over in Iraq. But me and him, we're the only ones that's ever been overseas. But you're right, Cal. That's why I always tell them I'm giving you my boots on the ground experience. This is my unique perspective. And people still get on here and argue with me, but I can't stop people from doing that. Oh, you got jokes today, JH. He says the Q Dubs and Freddie Sanders brothers. No, I don't think they live the same place. Where you live, Q Dubs? I think Q Dubs lives in Vegas somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not sure. Carl Vaughn says, male A, in the grocery stores, everything's at least twice the price. I got American jelly and ketchup for around $5. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about on ways to save money over here. You're going to have to find an alternative, man, because I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but that damn Skippy and that damn Jiffy, it's just too expensive for me over here. I'm not going to pay $5 more for a little small thing of Jiffy peanut butter. So I use Lady's Choice over here now. It tastes just as good. And then the jelly I use, I forget, Mama Light or something. And it's more of a preservative. Like I buy strawberry and I buy pineapple. But yeah, because that Welch's and stuff like that, man, you better bring your pocketbook on that one, guys. I wouldn't do it. Frank Tate says, if you come here with $4,500 a month, you can deal with the women that have money. You can do just about anything. There's no limit on what you can do over here. Like I said, my maid would have a maid if I had $45,000. That's a lot of money over here, guys. It's like, okay, there's a reason why they put a certain tax. They make that tax break at $250,000 in America and up. If you're earning $250,000 a year in America, there's nothing really you can't have. If you just got decent credit, you can live like any millionaire, man. That's a lot of money because I've done it before. I did it for 2 years in a row, man. That's a lot of money, man. You're talking about, and see, mine was coming cash because I'm a 1099. You're talking about averaging about 20,000 a month, man. It's a lot of money, man. I don't care where you live. It's a lot of money. So when you kind of like change that over into pesos of 250,000 a month, yeah, you balling over here. There's not a whole lot you wouldn't be able to do. Yeah, Frank, he said you'd be a no limit soldier over here. Yeah. Derek Greenway said, hey, Cal, my daughter will be sending ballot buying boxes on the regular. She just doesn't know it yet. Yeah, get her educated now, Derek, because that's how you do it. I can't even tell you when Sam Champion sent me that ballot buying box. It had to be 2 months ago. That stuff, it's a lot of stuff still in there. I mean, that's the way to go. That's how, you know, you get what you need over here. Believes in it when says, I'm not going to work till I'm 72. As soon as I'm 62, it's time to hang it up. Buy me a pump boat, going fishing in the Philippines, enjoy life. Yeah. Have a plan, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, have a plan. You know, it's the reason why some people make it and some people don't. The people who make it have a plan. The people who don't, they don't have a plan, which is a goal, you know, set a goal. And that's a fact. You know, if you read into Earl Nightingale, you know, he gives that analogy about people who have goals and people who don't. He compares it to two ships leaving the harbor. One ship has a captain, a crew, a destination. He said 9,999 times out of 10,000, it's going to reach its destination. He said, now take the other ship. Has no captain, no crew, no destination. You just start up the engine and let it go. He said, be lucky to get out of the harbor. But if it does, it's probably going to end up shipwrecked on a deserted island somewhere. And that's the people with goals and without them, guys. So believes in there when you own to something there. Cal Devin said, man, we all have a twin. He said, dude, we all have a twin. I saw a Korean that looked like my dad, just a different race. Now, I'm not going to touch that one, Cal, because I ain't going to touch that. Yeah, Mel A said, okay, American foods equal dollars. Yeah, you're going to spend a lot buying American foods over here, especially you go to Cebu, go to Ayala Mall, go to Ayala Mall and go to their grocery store. And you see them prices for a box of cereal, and it's $6 now. You'll stop eating Captain Crunch. You'll stop eating all that stuff, and you'll start eating. I forgot what they got over here. I started eating it. This little chocolate stuff. Mr. Vega said, when the fields borders open, we'll see who is just talking through their hat and who's really going to sell everything and get on the plane. Yeah. See, it separates. The Philippines does this, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't hear nothing else today, it separates the men from the boys. People talk that talk all the time, Mr. Vegas, about coming over. They never make it, you know, for whatever reason. And the ones who do make it, they end up coming back over and over and over. But yeah, you're right. They talk a lot of stuff online, but man, making that 18-hour trip and then you rocketed 12 hours into the future, it's not for the faint-hearted, man. Most guys won't do it. And then most guys really, they're afraid of these women over here. It's okay to chat with them online. They like that, but when you get it, when you step off that plane and there she is waiting on you, man, it's intimidating the first time you do it. It is, because we're not used to, man, come on, be honest, guys. We're not used to getting the type of attention from beautiful women in our home countries as we get over here. You might get attention from a BBW, you know. Hey, Timothy Bright, thanks for that super chat. He said, how much is Honey Nut Cheerios over there? Yeah, you laugh, and it's probably about $6 if they have it over here, which they will in Ayala Mall and in Rustin's. That's where you get most of this American food. Rustin's Grocery, and you go to Ayala Mall into their grocery store in Cebu. But yeah, the Philippines, for some reason, separates the men from the boys. Only a certain type of individual comes over here, especially and stays. And I don't understand why more people don't come over here. Oh, okay, Q Dubs. He says, I'm in West Virginia working in, West Virginia. Okay, working in December. Working in D.C., not West Virginia. You're in West Virginia, near Maryland, I guess. Yeah, Terry, he said, yeah, you know what they say, Cal. If they don't like it, change the channel. And that's a fact. That's all you got to do. But some people won't do that, Terry, and you know it. They want to put in their 2 cents. They want to argue with you. And you say, how can you argue with me? I'm just giving you my perspective. That's all I'm doing. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Mel L. Yeah, $6. Stuff is expensive. Okay, anybody that uses lotion, any American lotion over there, just name a good one. It's going to cost you so much money, you won't believe it. A regular, just a regular size Aveeno or something like that is going to cost you about close to $20. Those big extra large that Vixen's Vlog sent me and Sam Champion sent me, you can't even get them here. You wouldn't be able to afford them. Those small ones is something else. And I was in Watson's. It's $25 for just a regular size a lotion that you can get in Walmart for $4.99. Costs you $25 over here. Be careful with that, guys. Wow. Now you got me beat, Earl. You got me beat, Earl. I'm sorry. He says, hey, no, that's the wrong one. He says, been there twice, 2017 and 2018, spent over 1 million pesos first vacation for 30 days. Yeah, see, you got me beat. That's $20,000, man. What did you spend that on? That's more than the house I'm building over. The same amount, I mean. Yeah, you can get Vaseline lotion over here. But is it the real Vaseline lotion? Because they've got 2 Doves over here, and this is what you got to watch out for. The Dove that's made in the United States, it's going to cost about 30% more than the Dove that's manufactured here in the Philippines, and you have to read it on the side. The only reason you're going to read it, you're going to be like, but why is this Dove, 90 pesos and this one 60? And you'll read on there, this is manufactured in the Philippines. But yeah, all that old Jergens lotions, you can get all that over here. But Vaseline's not that expensive over here. Vaseline, Jergens, because they make it over here. But if you get those good ones, you're going to pay. And that's a fact. Now, see, I like stuff like this. See, Callie T, me and you think a lot alike. I like this type of stuff. He said nearly 72% of Americans live in or close to the city where they grew up. You got to have balls to get out and live like you did, Cal. Yeah. And I tell people that all the time. You got to have a compelling reason to get out here and really just, say, this is my new home. I'm never going back, only to visit. It takes courage, guys. It takes more than money. You can have, I've seen guys leave here that had more money than me, but they just wasn't ready. They didn't have what it took to stay over here. Yeah, JH, that's what he said. 1 million pesos in 30 days. That's almost $1,000 a day. That's about $700 a day. Like, what in the world? You must have been staying up 24 hours, Harold. And you was giving away money, hell, round the clock. Jay said, tune-ups, oil change, lube jobs, carbs clean, tire rotations. Hell, I don't know what he did. He salvaged a few cars, JH. David Mack said, first time I went to Cebu, I won 900,000. Wow, 900,000 pesos at Waterfront Casino. Came back a year later, won $1 million in Manila Casino, had a wonderful time. That's a lot of money. That's about 18,000 and 20,000. I've never gambled over here. OSC Mon says, hey, Calvin, so what you're saying is you got to be patient. You have to actually be like a Filipino, focus on the long game and not the short game. With your money, no, you don't have to be that cheap. If you got residual income coming in, at least $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, something like that, you don't have to penny pinch over here. You can live the same way you were living there off of that kind of money over here. That's just a fact. I'm not trying to sell nobody a dream. Yeah, I love LeChon. Now, he had a total engine overhaul. Now, he replaced everything. He bought several engines for that. $1 million. Yeah, he's in the Sunshine Shoulders Hall of Fame. I'm gonna have to get a Sunshine Shoulders Hall of Fame. Howard Teal, you're the first inductee in the Sunshine Shoulders Hall of Fame. Man, you did it, brother. $1 million in 30 days. That might be an all-time record. No, Frank Tate said he must have lived in one of the 5-star hotels like I did when I came there. Now, do they have 10-star? He must live in a 10-star hotel. Because even the Shangri-La, man, in Moncton, you're not going to spend $1 million pesos in 30 days. My God. And the Shangri-La is about as fancy as it gets in the Philippines in the Central Visayas region. It has the Henan beat. It has all them other ones beat, man. Shangri-La. Doug Carr is funny. He said he bought a new car, then replaced every part on it. Yeah, he did a lot, man. That's crazy. Wow. Look at this one, guys. Timothy Bright. He says Honey Nut Cheerios online shopping price, 715 pesos, $14.30. Yeah, so you won't be eating a lot. Yeah, Harold T. He said, wow, I feel special. Thanks, Cap. I promise you, man, I'm going to make a Sunshine Shoulders. Send me your picture in my messenger, Harold. I'm going to start a Sunshine Shoulders Hall of Fame. You're the first inductee, brother, because, man, I don't know what you did over there. Jenny Mark, what's up? He said, my brother and his girlfriend see each other twice a year. Him 2 months a year there. And since she comes twice in Australia, 3 months at a time. This year on hold, but once open up, he retired there. And what's that mean? Do I have any opinion on that? But at least he gets to see her. You know, Australia's over here in Asia. Depending on what, my next door neighbor over here, he lives in Western Australia. He's only 8 hours from the Philippines. Hell, he's 4 hours from Singapore, he told me. Oh, yeah, Derek, he said he was in the, Derek Greenway said, hey, Calvin, he was in the presidential palace. I don't know where he was, but he's in the Hall of Fame now, that's for sure. He said, Jay, he said, Calvin, you know how much Tanduay John would buy with 1 million pesos? Oh, wow. That's a lot, man. Okay, one of my subscribers, I don't know if it was You Dirty Puppy or somebody, for John's birthday, he sent him enough money to buy 8 bottles of Tender White. John bought 8 bottles and drunk them in 8 days or less. Yeah, you know, John was pouring it down. Balut John says, I built my mother-in-law a cement house, father-in-law a rice mill, a rice field, brother-in-law a bread store, sent 2 brother-in-laws to college. Yeah. One thing about, you know, man, you did a lot. And that's a noble thing for you to do, especially for the house. Because all the rest of that stuff, man, well, the college, the 2 guys at college, because a lot of Filipinos, they're just terrible at running businesses, man. They don't have any business experience. You know, we want to do the right thing. And I've seen a lot of us spend a lot of money over here doing that. I've got a friend, him and his Filipino wife, they're in America now. But he bought a motorcycle. He bought the sorry store. They're all gone now. Mismanaged, money gone. And, you know, one of my friends, he lives in Colorado now, and he's well-to-do. He did real good for himself. He's got a house in Val and a house in somewhere in Colorado. He's on like 35 acres. He bought her family a coconut plantation. Now, they may be able to deal with that. I haven't talked to him in a while to see how that was going. But when you start buying Filipinos businesses, man, be careful, guys, because they don't have a lot of business experience. More likely, it's going to fail. Remember, we spent all that money, over 25,000 pesos, buying Donna, opening up Donna her sorry store. Now it's on fumes right now. She's got a few sleeves of coffee, a few sleeves of the the cream silk conditioner. That's about it. She don't have much, you know, because they don't know how to manage businesses. She's already sold the freezer that we got that she's supposed to use for the beers and the Cokes and stuff. All that's gone. You know, but what we tried to do, you know, we tried to set them up like that on their own, but it's hard to do. A lot of times it goes belly up. Wholesale Henry says, yep, and you got my answer, and decided to put Lord Henry in a timeout again. Remove these mods, Calvin. Oh, what happened, man? What happened, Wholesale Henry? Are you the same one, Lord Henry? What'd you do? Hey, Michael Dawson Bill, he said, hey, Cal, should be in the PEI soon, brother. I'd like to meet up with you guys. Man, that would be great, brother, because you're married to a Filipino. You can get in with the ballot buying, probably. Who's the trolls, John? I mean, JH. I didn't see anybody. Absolutely, Mark. He says many won't credit at the sorry store and never pay up. Right. And that's usually what happens. That's usually how it goes down the drain. Or they got little kids, and the little kids come in and drink up all the Cokes, eat up all the cookies and Sky Flakes and, cheese balls and everything else. Yeah, Roy Jones said, buying businesses in the Philippines like going to casino. Expect to lose. Yeah, you can't. Don't do it, guys. I'd rather, if you're going to do something like that, I would rather you just give the family a few thousand every month. Don't waste all that money up front like that. Believe it or not. Hey, Calvin, what happened to that family you were helping that was a bicycle driver and you helped him get his own bicycle? Hey, he showed up yesterday. And I'm going to tell y'all why he showed up. I'm helping Rick and his wife for the kids. I'm not helping them. I don't think they can be helped. He shows up and gives us, he got a ticket for smoking outside. You know, you can't smoke. This is a smokeless society over here. No smoking. If you're within a certain feet of a building or something like that, they give you a ticket. Well, he got a ticket. He brings it over here to us to pay it. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't smoke. I'm not paying that. It's like 500 pesos or something like that. He's got nerve to do that. That's why I know that something's missing up here. But what we did was we gave them a box of groceries, and you know, we buy the kids diapers and stuff like that. We usually give him about 200 pesos every other day that he comes over here. But we do that for the kids, guys. We don't do that for him and his wife because there's no helping them. But they still got their place over there. We've committed to them for 1 year. After that, I'm sorry. Okay, we paid 6 months in advance. We keep them food. We keep them fed. We keep them clothed. We take care of the kids. We bought him a pedicab, got him licensed, paid for all of that. Man, these people are in good shape. Okay. But for him to, I put a picture on my community page, and if I'd have known that's what the picture was going to look like, I would never put it on there. If you saw the expression on his face, it pissed me off. I'm like, man, don't you realize you were sleeping under a tree a couple of months ago? But I'm in here. Hey, Mayan Buntag. No, we already have. Yeah, we already have Globe right now. But once we give me that anyway, because we're about ready to move. When we move, we're gonna get another. We're not gonna keep Globe. But I'll be moving in next month. I have already put them my numbers right now. Okay. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, this guy's selling new Wi-Fi. I told him that. See, up to 100 Mbps. Well, no, actually 200 right here. You know, it just depends on where you live in St. Carlos. You can get up to 200 Mbps. But hell, it's going to cost you $100 a month. You know. Yeah, see, Callie T, this is the reason why I help people indiscriminately over here with the spin wheel, because somebody said it's probably best to, he said his experience in the Philippines was he helped people and then leave it at that. And that was always been my experience. I started with Donna and baby Denise. We were only supposed to take groceries over there. But when I saw how this little, you know, this girl's got muscular dystrophy, guys. A cerebral palsy, I'm saying. And she was living in that squalor like that. Y'all see, go back and look at the first video. Man, my girlfriend's from the Philippines. She sees stuff every day, her whole life. Been through struggles herself. She broke down crying. Man, I couldn't just walk away from that. Okay, so I did that. You see what happened there. Okay. Then here it is again with Rick and his girlfriend. Same thing, man. It's just a pitiful situation. You can't do it, guys. The need is too great over here. Believe it or not. So you just do what you can. But yeah, because you really don't know who you're helping. That's the problem. Once they get up on their feet, then you see the real, you know, people. And a lot of times you're not happy with that. Okay. Frank Tate said, Calvin, have you ever thought about teaching Filipinos about personal finance? But see, that's not my responsibility. See, I don't want to overstep my bounds over here, Frank, but let me tell you this. I've got a subscriber here. He's Eric Terry. He's a college professor. He teaches small business administration programs. He developed one for the city of Miami, as a matter of fact. I mean, this guy's really the real deal. He offered, he said, Calvin, anybody that, you know, wants to, I'll give him free classes online because he wanted to do that for Donna. You know, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. No Gomo says, what's happening with Gail and finding her father? What's the update? There's no update. He just doesn't want anything to do with Gail. It's heartbreaking, man. But I can probably imagine why he's doing that. He probably thinks he's got child support to pay or some crazy foolishness like that. He doesn't. You know, it's heartbreaking because he's got a brilliant daughter. Gail's brilliant by any standards, man. And what she's had to go through and to persevere and overcome, man, I would love for my daughters to have just an inkling of that, but they don't because they're spoiled. I spoiled them. Hey, thanks, Link 1111. And I know what that 111 stands for, brother. I appreciate you even letting me see that today. He says, hello, Calvin, new member here and learning from you. Thank you. Thanks for that 1111. Yeah, Cal, he said, what he needs to understand, this is not America. Yeah. Imagine, there's no telling where I would be. See, this is where me and you kind of disagree, Cal, because you say there's a lot of appreciation going on over here. I say, no, I said that's missing from the culture over here. From my experience. Consideration and appreciation. It's missing. It doesn't mean they're less than. It just means it's not really taught over here. It's not really part of their culture because you just don't see it, man. If I was him, I don't care how crazy I am. If somebody came along and did for him what we did, not me, what we did for them, man, I'd still be kissing his behind. Jerome Morgan said, Gail's father's wife probably doesn't like his past coming back to hunt him. But what kind of wife would that be? If my wife, after 30 years, and I tell her, yeah, you know, because we think that he's on his, this isn't his, he's got an ex-wife. We, the private detective actually found her. And, you know, but I said, no, don't even contact her. And see, so he's not even on his original wife yet. But what kind of wife would you have if you couldn't tell her that, hey, you know, I was in the service 30 years ago, by the way, and the woman saying it may be my maybe my daughter. She did a DNA test. It is mine. Let's welcome her in. I think over in America that the woman, you know, would probably welcome Gail in. To be honest with you. Yeah, no go Mo. He says, so sorry to hear that. Yeah. But, you know, he won't even answer the girl's call. We sent him a letter, you know, and I asked Gail, and this is asking a lot, but, you know, not really. I just said, hey, why don't you write him a letter every day? I'll mail it. I mean, every week, once a week, because eventually one of those letters is going to get through. See, but one thing I didn't like about the private investigator, he come getting on Gail's case. You know, Gail just recently had a baby. The baby's maybe 3 months old or something like that. He told Gail she shouldn't be, if she's trying to go to America, she doesn't need to be having children and, you know, making her situation even worse and this and that. And I'm like, man, it's not your place to say that. That's not what you volunteered for. You didn't sign on to give Gail some type of moral education. You know, I mean, he really gave it to Gail and it hurt her feelings. And I just talked to Gail. I told her, look, that's why I said, fuck him. He ain't got no business talking to you like that. That's what I said. You know, and the guy did a lot of work, but, you know, that's not what you signed up for, man. That's just the bottom line. Now, this is true, Gil, when you're talking about doing what I did for Donna, doing what I did for Rick and his family. Okay. But the average Filipino, he's not like that. They're not going to ask you for anything. They're not going to ask you for help. If they do, it's somebody, it's not in their right state of mind, in the street begging, or some drug addict selling, but begging, but Filipinos aren't going to ask you for anything, man. They're too pride. They got that foolish pride going on over here. They're not going to do it, guys. They're not going to ask for anything. Yeah, Derek, that's none of his business. She's innocent. And she is. And that's what I was trying to say to anybody that was telling me, oh, you was wrong anyway. You never should have helped the girl try to find her family. Well, why not? You put yourself in her shoes. I don't think I did anything wrong, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a big deal for him to do that. Then another lady contacted me. She's in contact with her father, but he's been put off for 37 years, excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. And it's like, because she wrote me, said, Calvin, how can I get a U.S. passport? I said, ma'am, you got to be a U.S. citizen to get a U.S. passport. Link 1111 says, yes, I've been coming to Calvin videos to learn. Filipino P confuses me. I also started listening to her as well, but get totally confused with her messaging. Oh, yeah, Ingle Davis, can I ask a favor, sir? But I'm shy. That's the lead in, guys. That's it. If you ever see this, you know what's coming next. Yeah, I did the same thing for Gail because I don't think I was stepping outside my line. First of all, Derek, I never had any clue that we were going to find this guy. When I said, yeah, Gail, I can help you, in my mind, I knew I wasn't going to be able to help her. I'm like, it's like a needle in 10,000 haystacks. But one of you guys stepped up and found this guy. Imagine that. Man. Okay, now what are you talking about, Caveman C? He said, Calvin, that could work. He said that works both ways. They could have been so happy that they are caught up with each other again. You talking about Gail and the father? Yeah. I hate to agree with you, Frank, but I have to on this one. The lady already told him I don't want anything. I just want to meet you. I just want to talk to you. Imagine you've been looking for your father for 30 years. And imagine her situation. She's a black woman over here in the Philippines, way on the other side of the scale. But I give credit to the Filipino people, that sense of community. She's just a Filipino to them, really. But, all these questions going on in her mind. And this cocksucker won't even answer the damn phone. It pisses me off. I don't even want to talk about it, man. Hey, Bruce Eaton, what's going on from Mexico? Y'all get me angry when I think about that, man. It's so sad what's going on with Gail because she's a wonderful human being, man. And I've met her over these 5 or 6 months, man. Every day I go out, ride my bike. She's over there at Center Mall selling her little food and stuff like that, trying to, make ends meet. And I want to tip my hat to Carmen Greenwood, who sort of adopted Gail as her daughter. She lives over in Mexico right now. She sends Gail. He kind of takes care of Gail. A couple of y'all have helped her. Somebody bought a motorcycle, man. You know, see, that's the kind of stuff that I like about people on my channel. And it didn't come through me. It went straight to Gail. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, man. He said, yeah, sometimes you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Just do your best, yeah. That's the way I looked at it. Christopher Leroy said, so her father did take the DNA test, and is that enough evidence to move forward without his help? No, he didn't take it, but he had 2 first cousins in the system and 2 second cousins. 2 of them were last name Mitchell. He's the damn father, man. But see, he lied, Christopher Leroy. When we first initially got him settled down from cursing and stuff like that, he said this. He said, if you prove that that's my daughter, I'll take it from there. That's when we took the DNA test. The guy bought it, paid for it out of his money. Hell, to ship it over here cost more than the DNA test. See, but they were willing to go to that sacrifice to help Gail. Gail takes the test, sends it back, boom. It couldn't have been closer to him. It's just the same as if he took the damn test, Christopher. Roy Johnson said, Calvin Rant, you're allowed to. It's your live stream. No, but it just, it makes me mad when I think about it, and I think about Gail, because I know it's not like I don't know Gail. And I've seen that she's genuine. She's not trying to pull no scam or nothing like that. Gail, if he took Gail, imagine if Gail can make it over here and he put her on American soil, she wouldn't have to bother him. Gail's got a legitimate 4-year degree in childhood development. Gail's a brilliant young lady, man. She just doesn't have much opportunity over here. And all he has to do is give the girl the opportunity. She wouldn't bother him. Gail would take off like a rocket if he put on American soil. Herbert Gaudier says, then he should be a man no matter what situation he created. Absolutely. Doesn't matter what the hell was created in this house. It was because of his actions that child suffered and suffers in the Philippines. And I have to take my hat off to you, brother. It's a beautiful comment right there. And it's the absolute truth. Give a damn, you know, what type of situation that created over there. 30 years, and you had a whole life time to right that wrong, man, and tell that woman, you know, that, hey, I may have a child in the Philippines. MJB to P2B says, well, he might not be deadbeat or just a financial situation with biological father. What type of financial situation? Gail don't want nothing from him. Gail is 30 years old. He doesn't owe any child support. Okay? There's no financial situation, man. We can sit here all day and make excuses for each other, man. There's something he can do without ever even coming over here to get Gail's citizenship, because I want y'all to Google something, man. It's a heartwarming story. This is a black dude. He was left over here. His father and mother, you know, had one of them whirlwind relationships during the base, Army, Navy base, Marine base days over in the Philippines. Well, he's born. All his life, he's looking for his family. He goes on Wild Wild Weed, a popular game show here in the Philippines. They let you sing and stuff before the game starts. He sung, and Willie said, hey, you know, because he looks like me, like a black man. Willie started asking him about it. He said, what is your race? Are you mixed with African? He said, no, my father's African-American. I've never met him. He was 28 or 29 at the time. Guys, go on here and Google this. It would bring tears to your eyes. And Willie said, well, if your father's looking, what do you want to say? He said exactly the same thing Gail said. He said, Daddy, I just want to meet you. I just want to know who my father is. He said, I don't want anything from you. Man, the hair on my head is raising up, guys. You can see it. It's a very emotional. And I'd be damned if it was a Filipino in Seattle, Washington was watching the show and put everything into motion. And that young man is in the United States right now with his Filipino wife and their children. And the father, he acknowledged him. Man, they look just alike. They look like brothers. Acknowledged the son, did whatever it is he had to do, but he never came back to the Philippines. This sorry bastard don't even have to come back to the Philippines to help Gail. Believe it or not. He can help her without that. But I'm trying to think of this. I'm going to put it after this because I'm going to get off here, guys. When this is over, look in the comment section. I'm going to put this guy's name. It's a wonderful story, man. And he said the same thing. He said, all I want to do is see you. He said, I don't want nothing from you. He said, his whole life, he just wanted to know who his father was. Same thing Gail said, man. It's a touching story. No, this clown's got a nice house. We know where he lives and everything. He said, I thought maybe he might be homeless or something. But yeah, that's no excuse to reach out and acknowledge your own son or daughter. It's no big deal. Tita Cha says, I wish I did discover I had a daughter like Gail in the Philippines. I would be so proud. American children don't hold the same appreciation for fathers. I know my daughters don't. I love my daughters to death, but every time they message me, it's daddy, you got this. Can I borrow this? Knowing you're not going to borrow it. You know, they don't appreciate me like they should. Because I'm going to tell you, the best thing you can give your children is a good example. Okay. I raised my kids, but it's not enough, man. They're in that entitled arena over there. Man, I would love for my kids to just have just an inkling of what Gail's got inside of her. But it's not possible. You know, you go back and watch that first video I did on Gail. Okay. Well, you say, okay, long detour off the topic. Yeah, but remember, it's my channel, man. I get excited about stuff like that. It hurts me to the core. Sitting here as a black man, that this young lady's over here suffering because all this clown has to do is just step up and say, okay, that's my daughter. What are I saying? So she can get her U.S. citizenship and get out of here. This is serious business, man. It's not just black men. It's hundreds and thousands of children left over here like Gail. But you're right. Let's move on to something else. I got about 3 minutes, guys, before I get off here. Let me thank y'all right now while I remember for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, all your support for my channel, man. We've created, man, something special here with this group of guys, men and women. And don't ever take that for granted, guys. Somebody's going to get help. Somebody's life or somebody's trip to the Philippines is going to be a lot better because of us. Sharing our experience, strength, and hope. Trust me. Arvel Hedrick says, at Sunshine Shoulders, I'm truly blessed. My kids have given my Filipino wife and I nothing but support. Yeah, it is a blessing. See, my children, my daughters, man, it's a fact. They're mad at me because I divorced their mother. I divorced her. They think that I divorced her to come over here, but I didn't. You know, and I can't get that through their heads. You know, so any woman I'm with, they're always comparing her to their mother and, oh, you did mama wrong. No, I didn't. If you only knew half the story, but you don't.
The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real real nitty-gritty. Sunshine shoulders. Boots on the ground. Sunshine shoulders. It's the real nitty-gritty. Sunshine shoulders. Boots on the ground.
Hey, thank y'all so much. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Walt Mosher. He says, Calvin, pass along my charity to Gail. I will. And you know, YouTube takes 45% of that. So whatever that is, I'll give that to Gail today because I won't get that until next month. All right. But I'm definitely going to do that. And thank you so much because she really needs it, guys. But yeah, take care, everybody. I know it's late in America, man. Thank y'all so much for stopping by today. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance, go watch my video today. It's called, the Philippines, the sugar daddy capital of the world. Whether you think you're a sugar daddy or not, you are. Just the bare bones definition of a sugar daddy. Because when you come over here, you're going to pay for everything. You're going to buy everything. Every beach resort you go to, you're going to pay the interest fee. So, yeah, you're a sugar daddy, guys. But I appreciate it, everybody. Hey, thanks, Link1111. Take care, guys. I'll see y'all Tuesday on another live stream. And we're going to have our panel. We're going to have, hopefully, I can get a couple of women, but we're going to have 6 people. And we're just going to go at it like we always do, man. Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. I'll see y'all next time.